All right, so the last part of Monday Night Raw was Bray Wyatt playing hide and go seek with Randy Orton, and then he actually finally finds him, and they get into a fight. He gets burned. Fiend
He
comes
commits
out.
murder. He tried to commit murder. Don't cover it up. He tried to murder that man.
He did, with no hesitation either.
Mm-hmm.
He had no remorse, no nothing. He was just like, you know what,
Yes.
you're dead.
What? Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
Randy, why? Randall.
Randall's a pyromaniac. They just
You know, that's one of his traits. Yep.
he's a pyromaniac. He burned a fucking house down. He's still gonna get in trouble for that shit.
Randy is fire element. There you go.
Fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Monday Night Raw, what you rate it?
Like I was telling you, I thought it was a C. Well, you know what? After talking about it more, I'll probably give it like a B minus.
B minus. I'm gonna give it a B minus. Nothing too like monumental. Nothing too like that made anything exciting going into the pay per view. It was just like, okay, this is what we're gonna get, and we're gonna get an Inferno.
Okay.
We're getting like a Firefly House Inferno match at TLC. So let's see where that goes.
I hope they light Randy on fire.
Hope they light his
I
hair.
hope. No. I mean, you know what I mean. It's WWE. They have the money for the movie stuff. But I'm just saying, I hope they use it to set Randy on fire. That's all. 2020 has been a bad year. That's what we. Randy Orton on fire.
Yeah, that was like that'll kind of like help, right?
That would definitely make Edge smile.
Edge comes in and helps Bray
Okay.
Wyatt. Who knows? Let's see the results for Impact real fast. Anything else for Raw?
No, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I did watch
When
Impact.
we talk about before we go all the way into the next topic, I just want to remind you, Merk, that 2020 also was the same year that Riddle and Dunn were still on the same team. That wasn't that long ago, so damn. All right.
With Pete Dunne.
Yes, that was still this year.
That was early this year.
Yeah.
And then
It's like, yeah. I thought it was a while ago.
and he couldn't come back to the States.
Mm-hmm. Man. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, I'm trying to find the damn results in Anyway, I did watch some Impact. It was a good show. It was worth watching. It was a fun show. I like where they're going with a lot of the things. I think it's like Impact been a solid show overall. I think they used their roster pretty. They probably have like a second, like right underneath NXT for the women's division. Probably one of the best women's division on TV.
I think they're pretty good.
And then also,
unique.
huh?
I said they're very unique. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much.
And also just having I think I like how Kenny Omega is being used there more than I like him being used in AEW.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I think they have a better reasoning of using him in that sense. But anyway,
I like Machine Gun being there. I know
Yeah.
Gallows is out, but
well, he just came back.
he still has one of his buddies.
Yeah. To Neil Dashwood, Emma. Oh, I love Emma. Defeats Elisha Edwards. It was a pretty solid match.
Mm-hmm. And she had help from her social media assistant, Caleb,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny.
So Moose and Willie Mack are gonna have an I Quit match, and the winner is gonna go again fight Rick Swan for the Impact Championship.
Okay. At least that's moving along. So that means Bay, he lost his match, right?
Who?
The match against for the title.
He hasn't fought for the title yet.
I thought that was at the last pay-per-view. Bay fought Swan.
Yeah. Rick Swan won.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's still champion. What else we got? We got Chris Bay defeats Manic by DQ because of Hakeem Zayn.
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, It was a good match, really good match. I like what they're doing with the X Division. You know that's TJP.
Of course,
You
of
can't
course.
hide those tattoos. You also have you also had what's her name? Hogan
Oh,
versus
Kira Hogan
Kira Hogan.
and what's her name? Tasha Steelz.
Sasha Steele versus Rosemary and Valkyrie. It was a really good match.
Yep. And they
Um,
stole it. Hogan and Steele stole it because I actually got to see that match as well, so that was pretty good. Because they're having a women's tournament, so.
yeah, if they're having a women's tag team championship tournament, so that's where it's
Mhm.
going from there. So Sasha Steele and Hogan are I think in the semifinals.
I believe it's the finals. They were
Yeah,
dancing and parking and making fun of some dude. Oh, Johnny Swinger stole their money.
yeah,
So, well, she took
yeah.
that. Where'd that money originate?
I
Because
don't
I
know.
saw Fallah Bahh with that money for the longest, and then Hernandez was looking for it, but it's not his money, or is it his money? Like I'm trying to figure out whose money is that?
I have no clue.
That big ass knot that she was keeping inside her fanny pack. So
Brian Myers defeats Josh Alexander by DQ, and then the Karate Man has arrived to Impact Wrestling.
that was awesome. Pretty good match.
That's fun. I like anytime I see Myers wrestle, I'm excited. Myers is probably one of my favorites in Impact. Waiting for him to see some gold. Carl Anderson versus Chris Sabin. Really solid match.
The Machine Gun versus the Machine Gun.
Yeah,
Very good match.
very good match. Kind of builds on to a lot of the storylines going in with AEW and the champ Omega. So it was announced that Omega will team up with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows versus Rick Swan and the Mortimer City Machine Guns.
Nice. That should be really good.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with it. Just the fact that I wanted to see a world title match at that pay per view.
I guess they're gonna build up to it, right?
Yeah.
Let us.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Moose is going to take the title before Omega has anything to do with it.
I'm maybe this might be the testing waters because I feel like it's cool to see Rich Swann in this high profile ass spot.
Yeah,
I hope not.
yeah,
I hope we do get Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann.
yeah. That'd
That's
be cool.
cool to say.
Yeah, I
So,
give that. I give it credit. Did you watch AEW Dark?
hmm
I did not get to watch.
I would have to. I put that up. My big recommendation once again was Britt Baker's doctor's office this week.
Yeah,
The dentist's office. She had to guest Sean Spears
yeah,
and Tully. And the funniest thing happened. Scorpio Sky. Yo, he came in there like 'cause they have a feud, right?
yeah.
And they had a little scrap. But then at the end of the show, he threw Sean Spears perfectly through the wall. It was the funniest thing I've seen maybe this entire month. It was so good. There's been a lot of funny wrestling stuff going
I
on.
think that's what I saw. That was the only thing I saw, and I was like, really? All right, cool.
Was awesome.
Um,
Yeah, it was the Acclaim had a good match on there too. I see they're getting shine on Dynamite,
mm-hmm.
but like they're actually pretty fun. So,
Two more Brian Myers guys.
hey, listen. They know what they're doing over at what is it, Creative Pro?
Creator Pro Wrestling. Yep.
So,
He has like I think there's 9 people now.
hey, listen. If he wants to start a faction,
Just saying, like I remember they having the interview with Tony Khan and how Tony Khan like really liked Brian Myers. He was just like he was mesmerized by him in the way they were talking and shit like that. Like he really wants to sign him. And honestly, I think Myers hasn't took the signing because he doesn't want to be away from his family like that. He'd rather do the couple shows here and there, and then the rest of the time he's home.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the big. So when wrestling goes back on the road and wrestling goes back on the show, it's gonna be a whole different way of thinking of things. Like I was watching Kevin Owens Chronicles today. It's on the WWE Network, and you see like he lives in Florida. He don't live that far from the Performance Center. He don't live that far from where the shows where the Tropical Fields is at.
Okay.
He lives maybe like a 3-hour drive to there.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's the fact that he has a lot more time home. He's home when they wake up. He's home when they go to sleep, and things like that. That's gonna change a lot of things and a lot of people's mentalities going forward when things go back live. Is that these wrestlers want time off? These wrestlers want time with their families. They don't want to be touring the way they used to, and that's gonna be a big change back. When things
we
go
had
back
the
up.
person who sacrificed for some big change. Now I hope they don't let her sacrifice go in vain.
Yeah.
They better start a fucking union.
Yeah.
Sorry, but if they want to have power, they have none right now.
Yeah.
So they know what needs to be done.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy in how things are gonna go when the world opens back up, and how different wrestling is gonna be when the world opens back up.
We talk about it in the second cast, but
Yeah.
certain industries gaining unions to protect them from corporations, specifically the corporations they work for.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna be a bigger fight in the coming years, because there's a lot of people that when you start reading news about certain big things that are happening now
Yeah.
in entertainment, the little guys are constantly getting screwed, and this year put it in a big perspective. And yeah, wrestlers are getting screwed.
Yeah, 100%. And then again, you're gonna get a lot of people that are not gonna want to be on the road like that no more.
Yeah, definitely. Especially new parents. There's a lot of new parents. You notice that?
Shit,
Congratulations to Cody and Brandy.
Yo, like fucking Roman had like 2 sets of twins while he was gone.
Wow.
He has two sets of twin boys.
That's a long time to be out and let your wife have children, and then again.
Yeah, 2 sets of twins. So he had like 2, and then the next 2, and it's like that's a lot. So imagine them telling Roman Reigns, "Oh, we need you this many days a year." It's like, no, you don't. I'm doing this, this, and this, and that's it. You're not gonna change. You're not gonna tell Roman if he has to be, because then he'll cut out like the way he did last time.
Well, think about Becky and Seth.
Yeah, Becky and Seth is gonna be a separate thing as well.
They're gonna deserve time to raise their child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Both parents work there, so that's even harder.
I honestly don't see Becky coming back anytime soon. Like maybe a year or 2.
It sounds like she's coming back soon. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't see.
Oh yeah, she'll probably be around next year. I'm like, well,
I can see her in WrestleMania.
If she wants to, fine. Yeah. But if she don't want to, I don't think they should be pressuring her to do it.
No, it's not. And that's the thing. Is like the world of wrestling is gonna be a little different. That aesthetic is the fact that these guys are not gonna want to travel the way they used to.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And it's dangerous still. It's still gonna be dangerous for the next 2 years. So like, even if you're trying to rush it, no, it's not gonna happen.
You're right.
Anyway, AEW. I didn't care for the show this week.
I thought Dark was, like I said, I gave it a B. I think that 7-man match, like you said before about the tag teams, I feel like that should not have been. I get you have to do it once in a while, right? But then it's kind of those matches where it plays one thing we both have in common that we don't like about AEW, and the bigger highlight is the refs.
Yeah.
And that match with the refs was just like, man, they could just do whatever the hell they want. You can't. It might as well be a hardcore match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also about Santana and Ortiz. This is the first time they were both back, because Santana was out for a while, not a long time, a little bit.
Yeah.
And they should have been in a tag match.
Yeah, they should be fighting for the tag titles. Like, why you have one of your top tag teams of AEW and just bullshit storylines that don't involve them getting the tag team titles?
And I don't like what they're doing with the new young guys, that they are taking a chance on by not letting them have tag matches that mean something.
I also
Pillman Jr. and his partner.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're high on them because they're pretty good for young guys, but they're not putting them in tag matches against a single tag team. You know what I mean? It keeps ending up being in this 6-man type of deal. Like, how you gonna stick Top Flight in there? Like, damn, all right. Well, shouldn't they be trying to climb their way up the ladder? You know what I'm saying?
So this is my issue with AEW with the tag divisions. They have good tag teams, but there's not really much of a division.
Because they keep clogging them up with busy work. I feel.
Yeah, and it makes them not like honestly like look what happened to Private Party. You talking about
Look what
them?
happened to Best Friends. What
Yeah,
did they stopped going for tag teams?
exactly. They just involved with Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy this, Orange Cassidy that. Like they have
Well,
no, they don't
Miro.
have like intentions of
But
their own now.
well, I will say Miro was trying to kill one of them.
Yeah,
And then there's that. Then there's
yeah.
that. So yes.
So I will give honestly as much as people like praise AEW for the tag teams, they don't do shit with their tag teams. I'm sorry. And you know
The
what's funny?
division, I'm
I,
gonna say it's comparable though. I will say it's comparable to the state of like Raw or SmackDown recently, whereas it's constantly the same two teams fighting because there's nobody else,
yeah,
and it's like you see that emptiness there.
yeah. But the difference is the fact that you see all the tag teams. As in Raw and SmackDown, you know that they don't have much tag teams, so
Yeah,
that's the
there's nobody there.
difference.
Yeah, the other ones like I think it's frustration. You
Yeah,
see them there, and you're like, damn, they could have a bomb ass division, but you guys are all stuck in 6, 7, 8 man tag matches.
yeah.
So like, yeah.
But my thing is with that also is the fact that, like, yeah, and I'm not gonna give credit to Raw and SmackDown, but what tag team you have is in the level of New Day. What tag team you have is the level of Street Profits.
I wish
Besides
they
Young
had
Bucks,
something like
there's no one.
Nah, they broke up the one tag team they made, which in Hangman and Omega.
And
So,
then FTR hasn't really been on TV.
and Private Party doesn't really. They don't have like a big team feel because now they're in this thing with Matt Hardy.
Yo, Private Party is an afterthought right now.
That's what I'm saying. But
Like,
I mean, it's not. But they don't. Okay, the thing about them in particular, they don't feel like they're a threat in the tag team division
no,
because
they're
they're
not.
currently locked into a storyline
Yeah,
where they're having to deal with Matt Hardy's character, where he's either being a dick to them
yeah,
or teaching them.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's his own thing they're broken off into,
yeah,
and it's just like, well, they're not involved. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, there was a lot of things I didn't like about the show. Like where's the TNT champion? Where's he defending the title?
I know they keep calling them out too. That I don't understand.
I don't understand that. Cody Rhodes versus Angelico. I didn't care for.
Nah, it was all right, but it wasn't. It wasn't spectacular.
Um,
I did like the 6 man, but again, even though I like it, I gotta, give it to my own point of, hey, it was what is it, 4 and 5 and
yeah,
Hangman
yeah,
versus Private Party and Matt Hardy,
yeah.
and it's like, well, they're having fights where they're not really going for anything.
So
I
my
get that
only
was kind of personal
yeah.
ish, but again, those are two tag teams not getting any wins toward their tag team divisions, which they say is such a highly coveted thing in AEW.
Bullshit.
I'm
You
just
want to know
saying.
the only thing I liked about that match is when they put the quick cowboy hat on Hangman Page. That was my highlight of that match.
Oh man, listen, I like John Silver. So
I like John Silver.
anytime he's in the ring,
And
I
those
like
are
seeing it.
also Brian Myers guys.
I know, yeah, no, them I know.
Yeah,
Also, if I got I will say AEW has one thing that's really good is their podcast. AEW Unfiltered had Silver and Reynolds last week as well.
oh,
Really good episode.
I never listened to it.
But I will say, yeah,
I'm getting tired of how Sting is being used already.
you know what? I don't know why he keeps coming out down the entrance like he's. When you saw Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Brian Cage, and then there comes an old man with a bat.
It reminded me of what was it? Gran Torino.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, right? Why are you so scared of that old
Get
man
off
with the
my
bat?
lawn.
It's, yeah, no. Hey, listen, that's what happened.
Yeah,
That is what happened. So, I like the SCU versus the Acclaim. I love the little rap battle in the beginning because I like your man Kazarian with his old man rap.
yeah.
Like I thought that was funny. Match was all right.
All right. My only thing that I enjoyed, I will say that was my highlight of it, is Omega and Janela. It did what it needed to do.
Okay.
But I didn't care for Like I don't know. Like it feels like all right. Pac comes out saying that he's the number. He hasn't beat him yet. So basically, they're gonna fight next week for the
Mhm.
AEW Championship. I'm all for that match because I love. Oh, Phoenix. He's fighting Phoenix, not Pac. So Phoenix is gonna fight Omega at December 30th Dynamite. Um, I know exactly what kind of match it's gonna be. We've seen this before, so this is one thing I'm also gonna say on AEW because I know for a fact everyone will bitch about Raw and SmackDown the same way. Is the repeat
Mhm.
of matches.
Which one they do
Phoenix and Omega. I've seen this quite a few times.
for a championship match?
Not a championship match, but I've seen this match a few times for the tag team championships. We saw the single matches between them two as well.
Yeah, well, this one is for something, so we'll
Eh,
see.
I still
Because
don't. I'm
everybody,
still saying.
because everybody, I feel in in everything when you, if you're a star, you have a championship match with somebody you already fought. Because then it's like, at least it's a a difference of character for Kenny versus Phoenix, this new Phoenix. But
Yeah,
my problem with the whole setup is it feels random.
yeah,
It feels random to have Phoenix be the one that gets there because I thought he lost to his brother.
he did.
And again, the wins and losses thing is like I thought when you lose, like the other guy. But I see that's the thing that makes it weird. His brother, I don't even think had as many matches,
Yeah,
which is like, so how do you even rank somebody when they like, you know what I mean? It's very weird to
yeah,
see how they run that thing, but they always bring that up.
yeah,
So it kind of makes more problems than it solves for me.
yeah,
You know, so like I'm not really interested in this match because number one, there was zero build up.
yeah,
It's just the next step. This is, I think, what you bring up too is that I would like to get invested in this, but because there was no build up to Phoenix being the number one contender, it's like, well, Kenny's gonna win.
yeah,
That's the problem I feel with a championship match that
yeah.
they presented to me so far in AEW. Almost
It's
everyone
predictable.
is telegraphed. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know who's gonna win. Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, and I'm not crazy about it. I'm like, whatever. Again, I like what Kenny Omega is doing with the character. Again, but like I said to you after the before the podcast, I'll say it on the podcast now because a lot of people are comparing him versus Roman. Roman knows he's the man. Roman knows he's the champion. Omega's acting like a champion,
Yeah.
and that's my
Basically,
problem with it.
it would have been a different story if he had this within him the entire time, but he disregarded it in playing a baby face.
Yeah.
No sweeper, no best spout machine, none of that.
I feel like honestly they should have built this better in a way with him, as in I saw what they were doing it little by little, but they never like really made me care
Okay.
when he was going psycho, when he attacked like Sunny Kiss, when he attacked Janetta from the back and things like that.
Hmm.
Or when he attacked Jungle Boy or like Marcus Stunt, like when like that, they never had like any outcome after that.
Yeah, he kind of just went unchallenged, didn't he? That's the
Exactly.
thing. Like you just beat people up and they didn't do nothing to
Yeah, exactly. So there was not really much. It was not like Luchasaurus like, "Hey, you picked my little friend up" and shit like
you.
that. It was nothing. It led
Yeah,
to nothing, and that's my issue.
yeah,
Is the fact that you have like, okay, honestly, I would say the only storyline I'm interested in AEW is what Impact does with Omega.
yes.
That's
I
my
see.
interest. Is what Impact does with Omega,
I could definitely see that.
not what AEW does with Omega. What Impact does with Omega. That's my interest. That's where I'm at.
Hmm.
That's what I want to see. I want to see him go to different venues and actually defend the title and things like that. He was like the first wrestler to be on two shows at once since Rick Rude
Wow, that's cool.
because they filmed one was filmed and the other was a live show.
Hmm.
And
That's really cool.
Raw and Nitro, one was a live show, and one was filmed.
Cool, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want more like again, you want to get me intrigued with the storylines going on in AEW. I have honestly, I cannot tell you which. You know what? I like the Scorpio Sky and Sean Spears. I like
Hmm.
that. It seems like a heated rivalry. I watched some of the back stuff to catch up to it to see why he got thrown through the wall. Makes sense. It makes
That
sense.
should be a picture for the
Yeah,
podcast. If
but
we
it
can
makes sense.
find
It
it.
makes sense, and it's a good build. It makes sense, and I'm actually for that. And I'm like, all right, I'm interested in that. Women's
Mhm, mhm.
division, I have no care for. Um, the TT Championship, you making me not care.
Yeah. I will give credit where credit's due. They had a vignette where Thunder Rosa got beat up
Yeah.
by Britt Baker, and that made sense. So
Um,
that's about
Thunder Rosa is
the
not that
extent
great
of
of a promo.
At least not there.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard her better on NWA. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much. She was just kind of just generic wrestler.
She just like to cuss.
Er, yeah, maybe that's probably what it was. She
She
just couldn't. She can't. She's probably one of those people. I gotta curse, man. I just gotta curse.
she got a cuss in the promos. All right, let's move on. AEW, I'm gonna give it B minus. No, actually, I'm gonna give it C. It's gonna be an even C with Monday Night Raw.
Like I said, I gave it a B.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't a dumpster fire, but in terms of getting me invested in things, it was like, nah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like if I gave the score I gave Monday Night Raw, I say AEW was very close to on par with that.
All right, credit where credit is due. You know what the highlight of the show was the Murder Hawk beating up Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Murder Hawk beating up Eddie Kingston? That made me laugh.
Yeah.
That really made me laugh because he said his name once and he came out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you're the type of wrestler who says, "Don't say my name unless you want to fight,"
Yeah.
you should always come out to the ring.
Yeah.
So, for that consistency, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
Moving on to the next show, and I think this is probably the best show of the week, NXT.
Yes, sir.
We kick off with the North American Championship champion Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory defeat Leo Rush and Kushida. I thought this match was a solid match, great tag team match.
Very, very good.
I like Kushida maybe going for the North American Championship. I like that matchup between Gargano and him. I'm for that.
I believe old man. They screwed. Didn't he get screwed out of? Wasn't he in that triple threat or something with the shenanigans with Velveteen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Theory that fucked him over, the Scream guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So everybody has a reason to kick that man's ass.
Yep. So you know what? I said this earlier. I said this to Minion. I said this to a lot of people, and this is something that I'm going to give NXT 100% credit for. Every single championship has a great rivalry going into that championship, even beyond that, even beyond the title. They just know they are in that division.
Yeah. You know,
each one has 3 to 4 people going for the title.
Yeah, and it's meaningful.
And there's also rivalries outside the title that could easily lead into a title.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need on the main roster. That's what we need in AEW. That's what we need in other fucking wrestling federations. Is that whole circle of people that going for titles, and like Kushida versus Johnny Gargano. One of them lose, the next contender goes in and tries to fight him. So instead of having the same match over and over again, you have a fresh match each pay-per-view, and can build story upon that.
You're right.
So that's all I gotta say. NXT does it better than
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's also because of the talent and the way they're able to tell a story. Here's a person in the next set of matches is Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
He's fought to me a complete unknown. I don't know Tyler Russ from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
But the match those two had, and even then, the story around that match with Thatcher, that was more entertaining than any singles match on AEW this week.
Yep, 100%. And that guy came from Impact.
Just kind of like just the in-ring stuff, because you talk about work rate and whatever. I'm talking about story told.
Yeah, 100%.
Talking about getting people invested. It was just like, that felt like a pay-per-view match, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was that good.
And Tyler Russ was one of the dudes that is part of Thatcher's as Thatch.
Oh, Thatcher's camp.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he was one of the dudes that he beat the shit out of.
Gotcha.
The demonstrations. He also was an Impact. He's a former Impact tag team champion.
All right.
He was that pothead group. I forgot the name of them.
Not the Rascals.
Yeah, he was one of the Rascals.
Are you kidding me? That's recent.
They have 2 of them. WWE signed 2 of them. There's one that didn't get signed.
So that's where they went when they broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was like last week, dude. That was like no 2 weeks ago.
Well, do you remember? Impact is recorded for 3 months.
Wow. But see, does Impact have that no compete thing that
Well,
is as severe as WWE
well,
anyway?
if you think about it, they finished filming
So if they finish
around
filming, yeah,
end of
90 days
October.
anyway.
It's like almost 90 days. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't make a difference anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
he was from that, and yeah, that was an amazing match. That was a good start for him in NXT as well, like,
Oh
especially
yeah,
against Tommaso Ciampa. Kyle O'Reilly defeats Pete Dunne to earn a NXT Championship match.
that
Again,
was
look at
amazing.
I kind of wanted Pete Dunne to win just because I never seen Balor versus Pete Dunne, and I wanted a new match. But I'm fine with Kyle O'Reilly versus Balor Part 2.
Yes, I agree.
So
I like the stare down
yeah,
between previously between Dunn and Finn, so I was hoping for it. But yeah,
yeah, I just feel like I just wanted to see something new. So I wanted Pete Dunne to win this. Other than that, no hate on O'Reilly at all because I know they're gonna bring a hell of a match. Please don't break each other's jaw, please. Don't kill
don't
each
do
other.
that.
Yeah. We need a good match,
Also,
but we don't need you to kill each other.
I gotta bring it up.
Yeah.
He won the match with the KO knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it because I love remembering that KO said that he's got my initials on his knee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him.
I love it. Really good match. Really competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they killed it. Shang-Chi defeated Indy Hartwell. Not a great match, but it is what it is. It's building story.
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest match, but
That's like you said, oil and vinegar. No, vinegar and water.
yeah,
No, oil and water. My bad.
oil and
Yeah, I
water.
just went through everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't feel the chemistry. That's
yeah.
it.
And also I think Indy Hartwell has her. She needs work. She needs reps.
Yeah.
She needs reps. She needs to train better. She needs to be involved more in matches and stuff like that. But under the influence of Candice LeRae and actually like be under the tutelage of her and things like that, I think it will help her and make her get better. I'm actually looking forward to Ashanti Candice again because I think they're gonna bring down the house when they actually fight again because this is a heated rivalry. You feel the tension between them two.
Yes. Yeah, that was a hell of a promo from Shotzi. She
Yeah.
was spitting some fire, man.
Yeah. And her new tank shooting shit.
Hell yeah.
Karrion Kross defeats Desmond Troy. That boy had no chance.
Why do you keep doing this to that man? Every time somebody comes back, they put that dude. I'm sure in real life it's because he's safe, right?
Yeah.
But the poor boy, every time that man gets in the ring, he gets murdered.
And good match. Good.
Look at Tommaso Ciampa damn near choked him to death. Come on, man.
Yeah. Karrion Kross, he gained a little weight. You seem a little
you know
heavier.
what? The only thing that seemed to me that constantly bugs me is looking at his shoulder. That
Yeah.
just freaks me out.
But good match. Nice seeing them back.
Sorry, I just want to point out that his intro was missed.
Yeah.
Like that, I forget that was like an integral part
Yeah.
of him. Just
And,
that thing.
Kross challenges Damian Priest at New Year's Evil.
It's
It's gonna be a good match.
He ain't gonna lose.
He ain't gonna lose. I actually, honestly, I would not mind Damian Priest like getting a surprise win, just because how they are been kind of booking him in a way. He's been kind of their baby face in a way.
Well, he switched
He's
it
kind
up
of a
because
dick.
before he was more of a renegade.
Yeah, but he's kind of a dickish baby face. He's not like a straight baby face. He's kind of an asshole in a way. But he's our asshole, and we want to cheer him.
Right.
That's how I feel about him. It's like he's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it's gonna be a good match, though.
I hope so.
Me too.
I really hope so.
Your boy is hosting New Year's Evil.
Can't wait. That was weird. I gotta give Vic Joseph all the shit in the world. He sounded so phony. How dare you? You knew that man was sitting there drawing from the beginning. Oh, what is he doing? Well, he can't host the New Year's Evil. He doesn't talk. Shut up. How dare you?
He could draw pictures of everything. He's gonna draw every matchup.
Yes. I hope he does.
and he's gonna draw his prediction.
Mm-hmm.
If he does that,
I'll
I'm
be
100% into it.
He better be right for everyone. That's
Right.
all I have to say.
Uh, and then our main event, which actually
Hell yeah.
about 4 weeks in a row, the women been main eventing NXT
And killing.
and killing it every single time. Tony Storm. See, this is something that you actually brought up last week, saying that they didn't mention anything about the past of the NXT UK and things like that. We got everything on this show.
Yep. The
We-
whole package.
Yeah, we got everything from the rivalry in NXT UK, from the Mae Young Classic to everything. So they did their job in helping us build this match. This match
Can
is
I just-
amazing.
Can I just point out something before you continue?
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting about that whole thing? Is like, take for instance, if this was your first episode of, and I know that's the creed of, this could be somebody's first time watching this, but I'm just gonna point this out here, how they did the women that much justice.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just saying, an entire package for one girl who was gone for a long time, and then she came back, and then like, oh man, she's got this much history with one of the top women that was there for this entire year. Wow. And so this instantly gets you more invested in this one match than a lot of the stuff going on in a lot of other places, is what I gotta say. You know what I mean? Like, the work is there, and that didn't even take that long. That was like 2 minutes. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, it was an amazing video package.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give these women some justice, and I commend NXT 100% for always doing the women's like the
Yep.
biggest justice. So.
And this was a hell of a main event. These girls killed it. Tony Storm takes the win with the help of Raquel Gonzalez.
Yep.
We have like several great rivalries going on in NXT right now in the women's division.
Yes.
You got Ember Moon versus Tony Storm. You have Raquel Gonzalez versus Rhea Ripley. You have Io Shirai versus any woman in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Candice LeRae, Shotzi Blackheart. You have more rivalries than every single episode of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown right now.
You're right.
And NXT. You can even throw it in the AEW.
Yeah.
The only one that matches closely is Impact.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody in Impact has a reason to be fighting each other.
Yeah.
It really do.
So, kudos to NXT. NXT gets a A+.
I give it an A+. Like, you gave it when you was telling me the rating, you gave it an S, and I was like, I would give it an S too, but there was only one match that I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
I agree.
So
that
A+.
kind of brought the score down. I thought about it too. So, yep, that gave it that. Next up is SmackDown. SmackDown, I think my only like big highlight that, well, I like the Kevin Owens, but it was like just whole shit of just being his ass, and it was just him and Uso and shit like that. I was fine with that, but
yeah, it was more story. It was more story than matches.
The Big E, Sami Zayn